Hey folks, I just wanted to preface before we get on to the meat and potatoes of the DBZA 30 commentary special I recorded, to say thank you. Thank you for all the kind and warm words that I saw in the comments on the original upload. It really means a lot to me, and that, I was kind of doing something right, because there was a lot of pressure on this episode. It was the first really major milestone that we did for the series. I mean, episode 10 is right up there, but episode 30? That's the Goku Super Saiyan moment, and now I found out Kaiser used the first one, and you think I would be mad, but hey, first try. But in relation to the Goku voice, I just wanted to give a big shout out to the kings who voiced Goku actually. Mr. Kalamis, Mr. Corlett, the late Kirby Morrow, and of course Mr. Schemmel. They are doing the great work out there and really bringing Goku to life. And of course, MasakoX, the OG, I do not compare to any of them. I'm just this little guy in the corner of the internet just doing this random thing because I like doing it. I'm nothing to them. They are the true bringers to life of Son Goku. And apologies if I talk over the footage and it distracts your viewing experience, but I was sort of in a state of flux at the time because I was going through a family emergency at that time and I wasn't really sure what was going on. So I sort of filmed it and was not really in the best place. But thankfully, going back through that episode just briefly alleviated my concern. But they've since been resolved now, and I do thank you for your patience. Let's get on to the main event, the main meat, bacon, potatoes, and have yourself a great holiday, folks. Hey folks, MasakoX here, and I'm going to be doing my own little mini commentary of DBZA episode 30. I don't know why I said mini, it's pretty much the same thing as you saw with the boys, but it's going to be my little take on it. This episode is quite a big one. This is only like a couple of episodes after I managed to nail the Goku voice, so I was sort of getting into the groove with it, and not long after this, we were then going to be doing the Cooler movie, which will obviously be covered by Kaiser and Lanny, and we were now starting to get the general idea about what we would do for that one, because I think we recorded this, and then we did 31, and then we did the Cooler movie. I'm going to take you through the entire episode and give you my little takes on it, so that means you can then splice it together like a Dragon Ball fusion with the other two. And if you are curious about what I get up to, you can subscribe to my channel here. I do loads of Dragon Ball what ifs. Let's get straight into episode 30, and Martin's Freeza is just so good. I mean, it was such an honor to bounce off of his Freeza for Goku. The last couple episodes are really, really good fun. Very nice. And I really do feel like they made the right call with having this at the beginning of 30 instead of the end of 29. It just makes it more special in a way. And you'll understand as we go through it with all the different performances that we go through, that this was probably the best thing to do. And okay, now I'm going to be talking a lot about this sequence in particular because this was the one I remember the most. A lot of the things I've just sort of faded away into background memory, but this sticks out very clearly. And this took 4 hours, this episode, to record just for my lines. I think with Gohan, I mean, the Gohan lines were relatively easy. With the Goku ones, we stressed over it a lot. Well, by we, I mean me, mostly. So, you kill my best friend. This thing was inspired from MasakoX in the original dub, going the Yorisa Yakuma. Just that kind of thing. It really needed to be that visceral and angry and just like quiet. That quiet rage sells it more in my opinion. So that's what I brought to the table here. So you just get this real angry feeling, and because come on, his best friend's been killed, so of course he'd be annoyed by it. And this was really, really painstakingly obvious we had to get this right. And I was telling Kaiser, do not make fun of this. Don't you make fun of this, because this is very important. I've been looking forward to this ever since we started. And yeah, here comes the big one. Hey. Now, okay, that scream, I listened back to it and I'm like, oh, I still think it could have been done better like 10 years later in the future. That took 25 takes. And I remember Kaiser getting to the point like, dude, are you sure that you want to keep going? Yeah, Kaiser, I need to get this right. I put so much pressure on myself, and I really shouldn't have done that. And I really should not have done it 25 times. And I also should not have done that right at the beginning of the directing session. Nowadays, whenever I'm directing people or I'm being directed, I usually ask to do the really stressy and heavy lines right at the end. So that means my voice is relatively strong enough to do it instead of doing it right at the beginning. And then we've learned a lot since then. But, you know, overall, I'm still happy with it. But, oh, yes, I still really like that moment. And
That's not funny.
I still am going to be probably nitpicking loads of Kaiser's editing thing, because I'm an editor myself. So I do see some little tweaks and quirks and stuff that probably would have changed by now, but
Yeah.
I do think that Kaiser's definitely improved his King Kai over the years. It's sort of become very more natural in a way, and I still am really impressed with the way this is all done, and it's just like how it evolves over time. Yeah, still a banger. Chala Headchala is still something that really strikes well with me. So yeah, very nice. Dragon Ball Z Abridged. And throughout all of this section, throughout all of this and the last couple episodes, it's just really good to kind of like improve upon how things go. And I never really realized this, but Gohan's eyes are kind of goofy here. I mean, you get the serious Goku right here, and then you just got Gohan here. You go, Dad, is that really you? Son, I'm trying to be serious here.
But what about you?
Kind of distracted me, actually. Yeah. Just like the bouncing off of here.
Surprisingly well thought out for you.
Now, I have to admit, the Gohan voice here is actually a lot higher than it normally is. Because normally the Gohan voice is kind of settled around here. Here, it's like higher than I remember. So I was really kind of went a little bit too far in a different direction. Because, like, in the beginning... Oh, okay, no, in the moment here, like a Kit Kat bar. And in an outtake, I would have gone the... Like, Goku's really about to enjoy himself here. So, yeah, that was a little extra tidbit. But for the Gohan thing, I was really determined to differentiate him with Goku. And in the earlier episodes, you sort of had it like where I was too close in a way. And we can't forget this.
What happened? What the hell
Can't you tell, Freeza?
Can't you tell, Freezer?
Oh, yeah.
Just
Bagging on my accent there.
No, you
Damn you, Kaiser.
don't.
Damn you, Kaiser. But hey, it spawned something. I'm the light bulb in the darkness. I am the bacon in the fridge for all living things that cry out in hunger. I am the Alpha and the Omega. I am the terror that flaps in the night. I am Son Goku. And I am a super... Nowadays, I don't have that lisp, so that I'm just going to blame my audio equipment for that. But still a good speech. I've committed that to memory now, and...
King Kai, what's going on Namek
Introduction
right
for
now?
Valero proper.
You could always just
And-
grab my shoulder and watch.
Yeah, but you
the-
kind of smell.
I do have to admit, the audio levels in this bit,
Mm,
yeah, I feel like Kaiser, Valero's audio levels were a little too high, so I do notice that. Sorry, editor brain on here, but...
Oh, hey,
Oh,
Kirby, how's
Remix.
everything coming
Remix is
along?
really good. I'm so glad that
he
he gets loads of stuff to do for this. I'm really pleased about
The
that,
whole plan
because
is
he's
coming
a pretty good
together.
guy. I've worked
I
with him a
don't think
couple
you ever
times on
told us
stuff.
your plan.
I don't
Yeah,
have to tell
little
you
too loud there,
everything.
buddy.
I don't
Little
have to
too
tell you
loud.
everything.
But this is back when Kaiser was really starting to get into the flow of audio editing. Now he's just a natural. He's amazing with his audio mixing. And
Huh?
yeah.
It's the ship.
Yeah, it's still really, like, quite
See, Mr.
high. I sort of went the
We're
other
halfway
way
home.
direction.
We're halfway home.
Can't really do that nowadays, so it's like, kind of like,
God, so
yep.
many buttons.
Nowadays I could not do
I
that.
forgot, I don't know how to fly the ship.
Yeah, that's
There
really
was
true.
one zombie
Gohan
did that
really
for-
didn't know.
Oh my God, Bulma.
But then again, hang on. Surely, yeah, if Goku could pilot the ship, surely Gohan could figure it out. I mean, that's something I really thought about. It's like, surely he would have been able to do that. Because, hey, if his dad could do it, I mean, Gohan, who's a nerd, he'd have been able to figure it out. And I have no idea. I've completely forgotten how Bulma ended up there. But
This is
yeah,
definitely new.
So-
But a monkey is still a monkey.
I'm still glad
And I've
that,
killed
yeah, there are
plenty in
moments
my
here
day.
where Goku gets to be
Literally
serious,
millions.
even though it does have a little payoff,
What's
as
that,
you'll
to
see
run
in a
out of
little bit.
quips?
But
Cat got your tongue?
I felt this
No
worked.
more words to
And it's just
fail?
sort of improved upon the fact that Freeza just got really angry about things and just like he sort of set himself off, made him look even more desperate instead of just having that back and forth. This is a bit more like Freeza in a way. And then of course like,
Wait, I zoned out there for a second, what?
yeah, of course, that makes total sense because sort of like, you know, Goku's not really making much sense at that time, but yeah. I think I was still also trying to like figure out what I was doing with the voice. Like, do I want to make it really super serious or do I want to keep it just like regular Goku? So, as you might be able to tell throughout the entire episode, it's like we're not really sure about where to land it, but we do figure out something. So,
Freeza's a sore loser and just
Blew himself up along with his opponent.
oh, yeah,
What? It's what I do.
yeah. Megami's Chaozu, that still gets me every time.
Goku, go on, Piccolo, everyone's dead.
Oh.
And I'm stuck with you idiots for the rest of my life.
Should I call you back when you're done screaming?
Well,
Or is that
considering that King Kai lived for eternity in theory for thousands of years, that's a very long time.
Yes, I wanted to inform you that Mr. Popo has acquired the 6th Dragon Ball, and
You alive?
so this is what counts for omnipotence these days.
I love the
If
back
you're
and
not
forth.
dead,
That's
then
always
that
good.
means Piccolo's not dead. And Namek is still there.
90s like the 90s like artwork painting for backgrounds and planets, it gets me every time. It looks so good. And there are moments like with the Namek sequence, like it just the planet contorting itself, it just looks fantastic. Even though this is like 30 years old, it still looks good. Now we get to the really pointy like pointy hair and stuff like that where it's all really weird. And Freeza looking like he has jowls or something. That's both up. You see, like, I was kind of going for a little bit of a lower tone right here. Like, kind of going in the Schemmel direction. But then we go back up to the higher range, so it kind of like goes, not really sure, like down here, and then really I gotta go back up here. So, really superhero, or like that. So it kind of, it's a bit distracting, but it's just like, yeah. Oh, then suddenly Super Saiyan 2 there for some reason. Yeah, I think they were still figuring out what was really going on here.
If you let me power up, I'll give you a pizza.
You killed my best friend, Freezer. That's not gonna work anymore.
2
Pizzas.
pizzas.
I said I'm done.
With stuffed crust.
And another shocking fact is, I hated pizza until I was 12 years old. Yep, I never ate a pizza until I was about 12 years old, and whenever Mum would put a pizza in the oven, I would hate it. What was I thinking? 24 years later, pizza is one of my favorites, and I am actually a Hawaiian pizza fan, so stuffed crust Hawaiian, very nice.
Now hear me out, King Kai.
But
If I
just
let him power up
the amount of
100% and
pizzas
beat him
that I've been
then,
offered at
he'll
conventions
demoralize
is
him, and
shocking.
he'll never
Like,
threaten anyone
I think
again.
almost every convention somebody offers me a slice of pizza because of this. And most of the time it isn't stuffed crust, but hey, any port in the storm, I'll take free food.
Me either.
So in a way I'm kind of method
Hold
acting,
on a
but
second,
not in the
King Kai.
creepy
What was
Jared
that?
Leto way.
Smash, monkey! Smash, monkey!
Just the descent of Frieza's madness. It just shows like Martin's versatility here.
Where are you?
I'm not too sure whether anyone actually recorded for that or it's just generic monster
Only let me
voices.
spend it all on my own to fend for myself. Planet's
Oh, well,
going to
that's
hell.
always so good when like the vocals and the
How high would you
mouth
have to
flaps
fall from
actually
the terminal
match up.
velocity?
I thought
I
so.
thought so.
I just love that response. Love
I
it.
just love how easy it is to get away with this shit with you people. I want to transform, you just sit there and let me.
It's kind of true actually, because a lot of Dragon Ball, they're not really heroes in the traditional sense, they're reactive. They only respond if they themselves are being
So,
threatened.
can I get a meat lovers?
They really are still
That is my
figuring out the
star
hair, aren't
pupil.
they? But
I
yeah.
don't even know why I bothered.
No,
King
they
Kai,
are
are you
reactive.
there?
They're not proactive heroes like you get in traditional superhero shows.
Apparently, it's all I'm
They only
good for
respond when
anymore.
they're
I
being
wanted to
personally
tell you that
attacked.
Mr.
So
Popo has
yeah.
acquired the final
Freeza,
Dragon
there's
Ball
your
and is ready
explanation.
to summon the dragon.
Awesome. Now let me talk to him.
If you insist.
All right, now, Mr. Pope. How the hell do you work with this guy?
I can't quite
easier
remember
than you think.
why that was the case and why that happened. It's been a long time since I watched the original. But yeah. It all works. It all makes sense in the traditional scope of it.
I am the eternal dragon.
Oh yeah, the first time Shenron's actually respectful towards
It is you,
people.
my master. Is it time to lay waste to this
Oh, yeah.
world?
Not yet. Give them a couple hundred years. See if they can clean this up.
Then how
Yeah,
might
the first
I be
time
of
Popo's
service,
actually being rational
Lord
to people.
Popo?
Good
Lord
question.
Popo.
Tommy,
That's always good.
What am I doing?
Good question. King Kai, the is he doing?
Oh, my head.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. I want you to bring back everyone Freeza and his men have killed.
Why?
Are you questioning God?
Are you?
Not in the mood, Tommy.
That's always
Not
a good
my
little bit of
problem anyway.
dialogue.
Mr. Popo.
I heard. Dragon, bring back all the worthless maggots that were killed by Freeza and his men, or whatever.
As you
Yeah.
command, so it shall be.
And obviously at the end of this entire thing, you're going to find out the technicalities of it and the big payoff for season 2. Well, one of the many big payoffs, to be fair. But yeah. Ah!
Oh, right. I stopped my heart for a couple minutes there. Oh, God.
Tarka's guru is so good. I always pride myself as being like a discount Tarka. Like, you know, voice of guru. No! It's just like, if any port in the storm, I usually find myself just like doing voices for Tarka's characters a lot of the time, just in my head. You know, just kind of realizing, hey, if you ever need Tarka, you just call me. I can do somewhat decently. Mainly just out of boredom. Yeah, you get the feeling this is like, Lanny's now found his equilibrium with Vegeta, and pretty much this Vegeta is now pretty much where he is currently.
And I have an idea.
Yeah, that's always good.
Well, now you're Super Saiyan Soup.
Or salad.
Vitamin dumbass. Oh, God, what's up with the sky?
Yeah, it
really
still
is
looks
about to
really
rain. I
good.
give it
Like,
2
it's
minutes
like
tops.
early 90s
I'd better
stuff,
get to my
but it just looks so good and like,
Stop that! Stop not dying! You think you're better than me? You're nothing but an overgrown monkey!
And you're nothing but an
Oh.
overgrown that thing Chi-Chi keeps in her drawer.
I actually didn't get that
Freeza's
joke when I said
stronger
it.
than ever at 100%.
It took me about a few
I'll
months
have
and I
to
was like,
strategize.
oh,
know.
I get
A
it now.
distraction. Hey, look, Freezer! A giant dragon!
I mean, the giant dragon is like
Well, I'll
really
be
distracting. A magical freaking dragon!
Oh, I am become error.
I am become error. So the best thing to do.
Will you just piss off already?
I don't have to use the bathroom!
I felt like I could have done that line slightly better. Like, yeah, I don't have to use the bathroom! It would have just been a bit more dynamic, but then again, I think we weren't quite sure what shot we were actually going to use for that one. But I think that's the first time Vegeta did his mine thing. Ah, the classic, oh, they go tens!
Grant me
Even though
immortality.
Goten never really
I
showed up in
may rid
DBZA.
myself these vile creatures and secure myself as ruler of all creation.
Oh, the whole password thing. Ah, Freeza, you should have really spoke Klingon.
What?
I still find that really good. It's just a really nice little Easter egg there. Something grounded in like space mythology.
You know.
Tarka's Dende is really, really funny. Just the sass of it all, and just how it plays up with Gohan. But like, yeah, good.
Hope you're ready to party, because it's Vegeta Club!
No, that's always good.
No. What just happened? Where did they all go?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually
He
just as lost as you.
It's just like, yeah, of course Goku would be. He has no idea what's going on.
Are we? Huh? Gohan!
It's a really good way of explaining how to get everyone back onto Namek.
We
Well,
just
back from
disappeared
Namek to
all of a
Earth.
sudden.
Ah, it's good to be the king.
Hello? Who am I speaking to right now?
My name
Kind
is
of odd that it
Dende.
ends up with Dende, but yeah.
Are you the one who made the wish on the dragon?
I am.
Now that's something I've every time I've seen this episode, I always kind of go like, Kaiser, why did he need to speak? It's like, he was already talking through his head. He doesn't really need to move his mouth or anything. Maybe it was just because it was on a still frame or something.
What plan?
Don't really know.
I just wanted to screw over Freeza.
Yeah, that's always funny though.
if it makes
That
you
it kind of
feel
makes up
better,
for it.
I'm not immortal
Well, either.
And I'm okay with that.
It's like, just makes sense really.
I'm out with you now.
Just Goku's completely oblivious. And this is the thing in the Cooler movie that they're referring to. Yeah. Yeah, but his was smaller. There we go. Just Goku's answer to everything. Oh, I forgot about that.
But you won't be destroying
Any more planets?
Except, you know, no, that one. Huh. Or of course, no Freeza gonna yell day.
And pause.
Yeah. Always a classic. You get the feeling that just using the traditional music from the original series just really kind of adds to the authenticity of it.
Oh.
Yeah, we're really starting to get into the groove now, heading into season 3.
Piccolo. And Dende? But I thought that...
Turns out we're all alive.
Yeah, Gohan's voice in this is like a lot
How unfortunate.
higher than I remember, but
I think
yeah,
he's looking
doing the
for
Guru
you.
voice is not it's not that hard actually. It's just you have to keep like the consistency of it.
You know, looking around, it seems like the only people who were brought back were those killed by Freeza and his men.
Huh. Well, that's convenient.
Sir,
Of course, it's a very specific wish.
Wait, you mean that one guy who really liked showing off his Dragon Ball?
Oh, hey, Linkara.
I wonder what sort
Oh,
of handsome
Linkara's
dashing
cameo, that was
rogue
so
could have
good.
been responsible for their deaths. Oh wait, it was me.
Of course, I think that's the first introduction of like, you know, Vegeta doing the whole kind of like, yeah, oh yes, it's me with the thumb and stuff.
Except him.
Oh yeah, Guru. He starts off dark, he has to go out dark. I have to admit, that's probably one of the best edits I've seen Kaiser do. Like that, no doubt, no question. That's definitely one of the best things that he's kind of edited. Just like how it kind of like the framing of it, it actually felt like it sort of blended in well with the actual result.
I'm sorry, my children, but I must leave you now.
It's just completely different to what actually happened in the show.
Before I leave, I must confess my sins.
What do you mean?
Just
do you remember the great drought that befell our planet?
Just really confirmed everything that you saw from the Lord Slug movie, where you thought, wait, Guru's like the evil half? What? I mean, you can find out more about that in that commentary, but yep, this is the big payoff. Turns out that Guru was the evil one all along. Just a selfish fat git.
What? Remember when I said they were the ones responsible for the disappearance of our precious water?
That grain.
Thousands.
It was me.
Already escaped that grain in a way, but hey, that's just what you get.
Think I got so fat? And now
Just
I
the
can
silence
die
of it
with a
all.
clear conscience.
Interesting music choice, I like it.
Uh-oh.
Kill him!
No!
Now that was good too. Just the kind of like, it was not like a really smooth, super smooth. It was slowed down slightly. Get it all work. It's like the how about even for just like. Oh yeah. Now this bit was always good. This bit was always fun to record for. I think this was then into the second session, the second 2-hour session that we did, because it was getting really tired.
I'm done. What? I'm done finding you.
No, this was like towards the end of the first one.
You're boring me. What?
Yeah, because you could tell I'm a little bit gravelly with that.
Aren't you? Afraid knowing that this planet only has 1 minute left before it explodes.
Of course.
Question.
Huh?
Speaking for the fans here.
No.
It's like,
why?
yeah.
Do you know what
How
a minute is?
does Freeza tell
What?
time?
Of course I do.
I don't think you do.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna leave now.
Just answering the question that
Try not to go
all
off
the
any
fans
more
have been
planets.
wanting to ask
Else
and
might
they're
have to
still
kill
asking
ya.
to this day.
You can't just. Why not?
I think I noticed there was like a bit of a continuity error there, but oh well.
You forgot.
We have to make do with what we got.
Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me.
Snicked.
That's not a pizza.
That's not a pizza. Now I felt that was okay. I felt that worked, but it was just like that's just Goku's realization. It's like you promised me pizza and you didn't give it to me, and now you're messing with me. Of course he'd be angry.
No, don't worry. I'm just.
Not many
What
people
is
like
going
bees.
on?
And it's
Are these
beekeepers.
inverted controls?
That could have been an additional thing. Well, no one really likes bees, except beekeepers.
Are you just
Because
doing
bees are their
those attacks
friends.
now? Or
Huh.
should I watch out for the tri-beam?
Someone's gonna be their
Or
friend.
the garlic gun? Or the
I
Mikasa
ramble on a
button?
lot. Sorry about this.
Gotcha, bitch. Huh?
Yeah,
Don't feel
this,
bad. Kill
never hits anyone with it either.
It's true facts, though. True facts.
Oh, far from it. I just remembered. I promised you 2 pizzas.
Now, this whole sequence, it does have its comedic elements, but it just works really well as just like a genuine bit of action.
That pathetic million-year-old trick is going to...
Still gives me the excitement when I first saw this like in 2000. It still really flows very well.
Now say you're sorry.
Back in the day, everyone thought that this was an extreme and like awesome sequence.
Are you sorry yet?
I think I peed a little.
The response is perfect.
I am done.
Freeza, look out behind you.
I already told you that trick.
Yeah, no, this was like definitely...
Get down.
Yeah, you can definitely tell the lisp here. I was sort of flagging with this one.
Inbred monkey.
Snicked.
Daddy, I don't want to be on Namek
Still one of the
anymore.
biggest twists. I mean, I remember when I first watched this bit, and it was just like, oh, okay. Did not see that coming.
Keep reacting, trying to prompt us to ask what's going on.
Garn playing Tenshin Han is just like the straight guy.
Got cut in half.
Whoa! Wow, I didn't think Goku had it in him.
He doesn't.
Well, no, because otherwise that would have just been another nail in the coffin for Krillin. Who needs Krillin if Goku could do the Destructo Disc?
Daddy needs you.
Wow, Freezer. You really were a cut above the rest.
Classic puns.
But too bad you didn't make the cut. Guess
Yeah.
you could call this a slice of life.
Please stop.
All right then, I'll cut you a break. I'm gonna split.
They just like does two and then Freeza doesn't even acknowledge it.
I know I've
I
done
like
lots
how
of
that kind of
terrible
like it
things.
buttonholes the
Killed
joke.
Quite a number of people, some of which you liked.
I remember I did a fan dub of this bit, and it was just like when Goku being angry at him. And, you got some nerve, Freeza.
Well,
you know, it's just
I'm not even asking anymore.
this is just one of those things like Goku, Frieza.
this
You
energy.
don't tell
use it to hurt
Frieza
more
to be
people or on the drugs.
to forgive him. You don't do that.
Why?
I'm gonna go now. Got a long trip home.
That's
I
not
don't
an
think I
answer,
could take one of your
Goku.
legs with me, but you're probably hungry too.
He just implies that everyone eats their own limbs if they're hungry. It's all those survival stories. He misinterprets them.
Maybe this is a sign.
Yeah, this
Maybe
definitely
I
was
should
something when I
change.
thought about with the whole what if
Maybe
Frieza
this
turned
is
good
my
scenario they did on my
second
channel.
And last
Just like,
chance.
how do you kind of go from here?
I was wrong.
There was a moment where you thought Frieza would have redeemed himself, but nah, this was probably the better way for him to go out. Boom. You fool! And all that stuff. Instant moment. You thought Goku killed him, and it looks like he had, but obviously, as we know, he didn't. But he definitely gave him a
Don't
bad
see him
time.
anymore. Guess he took the energy and left. Speaking of which, where am I going?
Well, of course, Goku wouldn't know where he's going. He's like, this is before. It's been so long that he had instant transmission. You thought that he always had it? Classic anime reactions.
Okay, you win. Goku blew Freeza up.
See, was that so hard?
Well, not as hard as it's gonna
Just
be.
like
to get
Tenshin
up,
Han
damn it.
straight talking.
Where am I?
It's always
Where's
needed.
my ship? Everything looked the same before, and now looks all the same, but on fire.
Not quite sure about that delivery though. I felt like it was just a little bit like not quite Goku enough in a way. But this is always a good scene. One of the big payoffs in the entire season.
Where is it? Where is it?
It's about to blow.
Oh, come on. Here we go. Here we go.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh my god.
We spent like years getting up to this point. Of course, Zach Manley's excellent overlay. Very nice. That's all Goku wanted. Muffins.
It's over.
What?
Goku could not escape the explosion. Namek is gone. And so is
Then
he.
again with the omnipotence thing, surely. It just calls the fact that King Kai's omnipotence is not really that great, because surely he would have been able to sense that Goku didn't die, but dramatic effect, dramatic license, creative license here.
Why do you care?
What?
Why do any of you care? Are you forgetting the whole reason that they went to Namek in the first place?
It's exactly it. It just shows that it's one of the flaws of Dragon Ball. Death has no consequence. And I'm glad that the characters now, thanks to us, in this bit,
We're literally
yeah,
waiting to
we
go
kind
back.
of call it out and
This
stuff.
is Chaozu's second time.
Next time I get a free Sunday.
You could just have Sundays any time, Chelsea, mate, but what's the difference?
So, who wants to tell Bulma?
Let me do it.
Bulma's my girl.
Yeah,
I still feel like the whole idea of like Yamcha should have been with Bulma in my opinion. Honestly, I just feel like it didn't sit well with me. Like he suddenly cheated on Bulma, the girl that got him over his fear of girls. Why would he then cheat? I do many discussions about this, but it's just like.
Wait,
yeah, it's one of those things very out of character. It doesn't sit well with me in DBZ. DBZ? Sorry.
In months.
I have been dead.
Oh, well, that's not stopping you now, is it?
Good point, though.
Do not do this right now.
Hey, you want to know how this is ending?
I just feel like Valero's
Vegeta,
acting for Yamcha in this bit, it really sells itself with the despair.
Well, then, I guess he's just
You can hear his British accent kind of slipping through there when he gets really... Yeah. It fits really well.
Listen here. Attention
Yeah.
on. Oh my God, wait. Okay, listen. Gohan's
Okay.
fatherless and the Namekians are homeless. So, that's a thing. Now,
Yeah.
if I'm delivering the message, I've got to go cast up Yamcha's leg.
Huh.
That's always good.
Gohan, Goku's dead.
Damn it!
Namekians, your planet blew up.
Damn it!
So, until
Delivery's
we can
always
use the
great
Dragon
here.
Balls, who wants a big old sleepover?
You think you can accommodate the entirety of my people?
There's only like
Dad's
100 of
billionaire
them.
genius playboy philanthropist.
Ah, of course, 2012, back when Avengers was new. God, I feel old.
Speak of the
Jeez. Back in 2012 when, jeez.
Wait.
That's an eye opener. Not gonna lie.
Where's my baby?
Ah, hey, Kimlin.
The Namekians were relocated to the Briefs compound. So, honey, you say all of these are your friends from high school?
Yes, Dad.
Tell them to keep out of my scotch. The Namekian
Classic
adults
American
learned
pie trope.
golf.
Tricky bit of putting here. Very difficult read from this angle, and the greens have been running rather fast today. Maury looks like he's aiming slightly to the right of the hole, and good for par.
Speaking as a British person,
Namekian
gone.
children
Good
learn
job with your
strip
British accent
poker.
there.
All right, Sprouts. Lay him on the table.
Okay, so there are moments when you
On his studies.
lip syncs, yeah,
You love it.
could have been done there, but oh well.
Marty Red Hug then.
Yes, but this one has the N-word taken out.
Piccolo did his usual thing, only with
Oh
Goku.
yeah,
So,
I think this pretty much set off a trend of like, you know, what does Piccolo do when meditating? And not everyone just says, oh yeah, he's actually napping.
Well, you're boring, and you're ruining my meditation. You're not meditating, you're napping.
I think it all
know
stemmed
the
from
difference.
here.
Vegeta did what he does best.
Sayonara, bitches!
Son of a bitch took my scotch!
Call me.
Why would you keep the scotch in the ship,
4
though?
months or 1 Namekian year passed. and the
Subliminal
Namekian
cigarette
Dragon
advertising?
Balls became ready for use.
During our time squatting here on Earth, we taught the dragon
I still
how to
never
speak
really get
English.
why
well,
Bulma
that's
has to,
convenient.
you know, tell everyone her name and her clothes. Still don't really get
Wait
that.
a second, I
Oh,
just
well.
thought of something. Maybe we shouldn't do
Hey,
this out in the
it's
middle.
better than, you know, Camel. It's convenient that they taught, you know, the whole English thing makes it all pay off. Of course, you're gonna have a classic trope, you know, dragons, all that stuff.
Attention, everybody.
Oh, natural explanation. Gojira, Gojira, Gojira.
Godzilla.
There you go. So everyone gets it. Oh, it's Godzilla. Okay, alright, it's fine. So, there you go. Even the baby's happy.
You have summoned the great Baranga. Make your wish and I...
Okay, listen, I'm sure you get this a lot, but can we just get like 6 wishes? Because we're just gonna bring you back in 4 months and do this crap again. Plus, we're just bringing some schmucks back to life.
Yeah, it kind of makes
It
sense.
is unconventional, but considering the ease of these wishes, I will accommodate.
And a planet.
Well, that's just a dick move.
Oh,
All right,
classic
let's get the
Dende.
hard one out of the way.
Dragon, build the Namekians a new Namek.
Dunzo.
Sweet.
Yep.
All right, you guys do whatever
So
you want.
now it's just the whole idea of like bringing people back one person at a time. Yeah, that got conveniently forgotten about afterwards, but I suppose you can just like use the excuse of like, oh, they probably upgraded the Namekian dragon, knowing that the Earthlings will probably use it a lot of the time.
Water in my cat! I'm gonna get gangrene!
Oh, they just
And I guess you
they have
wanna
to
wish
dunk
back
on
to
Yamcha,
Dad now,
literally
huh?
dunk him in the
Wanna
water
save
there.
for last.
Yeah, like I said, you want to wish your dad back,
Dramatic
right?
license,
And
of course,
have to
folks.
wish Krillin back.
Ah,
Yeah, just
fine. We wish back Krillin.
yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about this bit. Just like, you know, he just continues as he ended. Like he literally was like that when he died. So just he comes back like that.
Bring back my dad.
Bring back his dad.
Big payoff, which does not happen.
I cannot do this.
I do like the fact that actually the dragons just like, they have that idea that they can generally have wishes declined by the person being subjected to. You can just easily say no. So you don't have to just take it. Just like this, because, you know, Goku's doing his own thing. I think at this point he's like on Yardrat at the time.
Pardon?
He said your father wishes not to return.
I heard what he said. I want an explanation.
Gohan's just so done here. I know what he said! It's like, oh, he's just really nettled about this.
He doesn't want to come back. End of story. Now, if you have another wish for me, I can try that. Otherwise, fight me.
Don't blame him.
Gohan,
Oh, okay.
I know it must be hard.
This was a thing that
Maybe your
didn't end
dad
up
is
really
off
going
somewhere
anywhere.
else,
Well,
doing
it
something
sort of
really
did,
important.
but I think there
just
were
want you
things
to
that
know
could have gone
that I'm here
even
for
more
you,
extreme.
and that
But it is touching, though.
I
They
love
were
you.
really good friends here.
What?
What did I... Did I say it too soon? Oh, God,
Oh
I said
no,
it
the
too soon.
awkwardness.
Oh, God, I f***ed it up. I did. Take everyone from old Namek and put them on new Namek.
Oh, there we go. Yep, just like, if you had the option with Dragon Balls, yeah, just get out of there, Dunzo. Oh, there his cast is gone. He doesn't have the cast.
What a frick!
Ah, of course. The classic TFS thing, you gotta have something to punctuate the poignancy. And then, of course, how we ended season 1, you get season 2. Similar duo.
Anyone bothering me. What the hell is that?
There we go.
A phone?
Hey, it's me. Don't
Oh,
ask
is
me
that
how I
Manly
got this
doing
number.
his job again?
I got people.
What the hell is going on?
Okay,
I think we were all
figured out
explaining
they
it
used
this.
the Dragon Balls to wish back everyone who was killed by Frieza's men. Technically, you worked for Freeza when you killed me, so bam! Nappa's
true.
back, baby.
I know that's not what happened in the actual show, but, you know.
Well, technically I worked for you, but that has changed. I'm in Hollywood now.
What, are they
Yeah.
doing a live
You may as well do
adaptation of
everything
Mr.
that you could
Clean?
do. You know, Nappa didn't exist in the actual show, so after that, so do what we want here. So now Nappa exists again.
What do you even do?
Obviously, he's a fan favorite too, and you know, Ghost Nappa had disappeared, so you got to find a different angle for the guy.
Tragically by his best friend, but then comes back as a ghost and haunts him.
Where have I heard that before?
Citizen Nappa. Merchandising rights alone are gonna make a mint. We just signed on this great new actor too. Name's Mark Satan.
Oh yeah, no, that photo that had been doing the rounds back in the day, just that guy on the Japanese subway, just like looks exactly like Hercule. It's like nuts.
Give me a call. We'll do lunch. Ciao.
God damn it.
I think that's the last goddammit Nappa that we see, but there we go. That's the end of season 2, folks. But then, of course, there's a little bit afterwards. I remember seeing this, and it was like, this bit is like, that's dark, because I was like 13, I'd never seen...
Dragon Balls.
This is really dark, like, just like, complete, like, half of his face is gone. Just like, you gotta admit, like, back in the day when you first saw that, that's just nuts. But naturally, you gotta add some Star Wars into this. Because this is just, the parallels just too similar. Even though it kind of did it again. Oh, hey, there's Bertenheim again. He somehow survived. You can just naturally hear this, and hopefully this doesn't get copyright claimed. Still though, even though this is technically a little bit of filler, you know, to kind of do the explanation, a bit of backstory, it's still really well done, and it still makes a whole lick of sense. There we go, there's my boy. There's my boy Bertenheim. And awake. Now we're gonna do the obvious joke here.
What happened to Namek? What happened to the Dragon Balls?
It seems, my little princess,
Of
in your
course.
anger, you destroyed them both.
Oh. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh. What a way to end it on. And that's Klingon for it is finished. So yeah, that was my commentary of DBZA episode 30. If you want to go and check out the one that Kaiser and Lani did, go ahead and do that. Or if you've already come there from there, then I hope you enjoyed both of these for all our different takes on it. And if you'd like to check out my channel, just go ahead and check out MasakoX, and you can get loads of discussions about Dragon Ball, what ifs, etc. You name it. I hope you're all having a good holiday season. I hope you're staying safe out there, and I will see you in the next video. Catch you later.